Number one, know the limitations of each tool that you are using. Each tool excels in its own area. Let me show you guys. It's pretty obvious that there are a lot of tools you can power carve with, but let's briefly highlight the differences between each tool. For the first tool, we have a traditional Dremel with the flex shaft, and this covers all of them, even the knockoff tools. With extended use, you're gonna find yourself burning up the motors in these if you're gonna use it really hard. And plus, when you're first starting, you're gonna notice that you have burr hop and burr jump. If you watch my other videos, you can see what I mean. This makes it a little harder to control, and beginners starting out will have a little bit of a harder time using this. It doesn't make it bad, but it can be frustrating. And next on the list, we have the Foredom SR. This thing is built like a tank, and it can hog through any type of wood. It is so powerful. This can accept the larger 1/4 bits like I have in it, and it has changeable hand pieces, which make it really nice. Now this starts at $300, and it can handle pretty much anything if you get the different hand pieces and everything, but the only thing it does not have is the amount of control. Now it is better than the Dremel, and when you get the smaller hand pieces, it is a little bit better, but it doesn't really offer control for a lot of fine art, which you still can do, it's just not as good as some other tools. The next tool on the list is the handheld Dremel. I'm including this even though it's not a flex shaft because people ask me about it all the time. Now this is more of a home improvement tool. You can carve with it, but it's not going to give you the control like a handpiece will. These are nice to have around your house, but if you're gonna be power carving, you need a flex shaft attachment. The next tool we have on the list is this Marathon 3. I'm getting down here so my camera can zoom down. So these are micro motors, and they make a lot of different models. This is the cheapest you can go, and the motor is built in. These are great for detailing. It doesn't have a lot of vibration like the Foredom or the Dremel, so it's a little bit easier on the hands. Now, I wouldn't tackle just a huge project with this because it's still limited. So they're pretty capable, but keep your demands reasonable. And for the next tool is the Dremel Stylo. I'm including this because I get a ton of questions. The motor is inside the handpiece here, but this is very limited in power. I mean, you can carve a little bit of basswood with this thing and keep the pressure light. That way you don't burn up the motor. And I did promote this a lot on my channel. It's good if you are on a budget and you want to carve very shallow, but this thing is seriously limited. I have it because I carve all the time, and I would probably still have one in my shop, but this Dremel right here is a ton more powerful than this is. Now, for my favorite tool of all time, the 400XS from SEM Systems. Now, the special thing about this tool is that it spins at 400,000 RPMs. Absolutely crazy. There is no vibration whatsoever, and it kind of carves like a heavy gel ink pen, if that makes sense. Now, this unit starts at $400, and you have to have an air tank, an air compressor with it in order to power it because it is an air turbine. I honestly wish I would have picked this up sooner than these tools, but it's all right because now I have the experience and I can appreciate this little tool more. With that being said, you don't have to have an expensive tool to carve with. Start with what you have. That's the best tool that you have, but just keep in mind, not every tool is created equal. They all have their limitations. Number 2, don't be afraid to use some hand tools because they can be very beneficial. Let me show you. When you are using a bit or burr to carve with, you have sharp pieces of metal or whatever material it is cutting in the wood. And this is not like using a traditional carving method because you're gonna leave behind some nasty stuff like this right here. And that doesn't look good. This is just a side effect of power carving. So this is where this tip comes in. I will usually smooth this area out with a diamond bit and some sandpaper, but when I am having some hard to reach areas, I will just take my little gouge right here and I will just carve away just like this. You see that? And that is already smoothing everything out. I am keeping a consistent plane and pushing forward, keeping my hands out of the way, and there we go. And I would just work that all the way around, or if I'm in a curve like right here, I'm gonna get this and go straight down and just knock that part off. And then come back at an angle and get that off. So this is the way that I use this tool. I obviously have to go around the whole thing and do this, but these little power grip tools are pretty great for that. Now, I always use a set to accompany me with any carving if I can't reach the intricate areas. My 400 XS handpiece has helped me get rid of these almost completely, but I still use them on occasion. And for number 3, toolbox storage. Now, I want you guys to hear me. If you do not have a place to put your tools and they're scattered out everywhere, you are going to get depressed. It creates so much anxiety having tools everywhere. That's anxious for me because I'm like scrambling to find stuff, and then you can't find things, and you walk in there, stuff's a mess, and it's not a very inspiring place to be in. So what I want to show you guys is toolbox options on what I use. And we're gonna look at a few here, and let's run through these. So while this is not my main toolbox that I keep my wood carving equipment in, I'm gonna briefly run through a few things. So if I open this up, this is still a little unorganized because this is my charging station right here, but I keep my phone charged. I have all my items that I need and some camera equipment that I'm using every day. I keep in this big old spot right here. And if you go down right here, you can see, if I'll bring my face down here so you can see my knives here. But this is where I keep all of my knives because you guys know that I collect. Now, if we were to keep on going down here, you would see all of my camera equipment and other odds and ends in here. So since this is mainly electronics, let me show you my other tool chest, which I keep my tools in. So guys, I may have went a little overboard on optimizing with tool storage. I know this is really obsessive right here, and most people don't need these, but I have a lot of moving parts to what I do, so I stay super organized. So let me briefly show you some of these. I am still filling these 2 Husky toolboxes up right here. I think these were around $400, but I have a lot of lasers right here, just 3 right here and some behind me you can't even see. So I keep all my laser parts in both of these right here. I kind of have this one for this laser, that one for this laser, as well as some supplies. For instance, if I go over to this one right here and I open this up, you can see that I have all kinds of material in here. And guys, this helps. This would be out on some shelf somewhere out in the open. This right here keeps everything nice and clean. Okay, and now for over here, I have this toolbox here with my TV, my PlayStation 5 on top for when I'm being a nerd and need to disconnect. But I keep some wood carving tools in here, some electronics. So let's say that I open up this right here. I have some hammers and just some miscellaneous items. And if I go to this one down here, I just have more of my bigger items. I keep my Foredom in there and stains, and even though this is really kind of unorganized, it's still in one spot. So, and I'm giving you guys a first-hand look. And I have even more toolboxes in my closet over here, and this one is the main one that I was wanting to show you. This houses most of my wood carving equipment, and I got this little Craftsman on sale for like $70, guys. You could not beat this for organization. And this sure beats going over here and spending money on all of the other toolboxes that I have. So let me show you a few things in here. It's been a little bit since I organized. So as we go down here, you're gonna see that I have some of my wood carving tools, just some miscellaneous birds and everything else. And if we go right here, sorry, my closet is messed up, so it's scraping a little bit on the side. So I have all my wood burning supplies right here. All my wood burning pins. I am using the razor tip, which is the best wood burner you can buy, by the way. And as you keep going down, I have some paint in that drawer, and keep going down, I have some miscellaneous tools in there. And over here, I'm really not going to show you this because I don't want this to be too long, but I have some more miscellaneous laser engraving gear over here. So if you think about it, you will probably have a toolbox for the rest of your life if you take care of it. Just going into your shop, having a place where all of your tools is at, nothing's laying out. You can organize everything and go in there and get the tool that you need and put it up when you're done. I promise you, it will inspire you so much when you walk into an organized place. And you probably saw some of my toolboxes here. It's a little unorganized inside. That's because I use mine, and every 3 to 4 months, I will organize inside of my toolbox, if that makes sense. So anyway, guys, find some on sale. They are worth the money. Worth the money big time. I love Home Depot and their Husky line toolboxes. They just look so dang good. And now for my fourth tip, get one of these Husky rolling tables right here if you do not have one. These are adjustable, they come in different sizes and are amazing. I mean, just look at this. If you want to stand up carving, guess what? All you gotta do is just turn that to the left and it will crank right up. This stuff is made of some hard butcher block. I did put some vinyl across this so I would get that wood look, but if you look over here, you can see that is the natural look right there, and I even have some drawers in there. And I have even seen people online build some under storage where they put some cabinets at. They also work great with these hangers for your flex shaft tools. So let me show you how I have that clamped on there. It's just clamped on right there, and it holds all of my flex shaft tools. And this table right here is what I've been carving on for years, guys. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. And if you don't have a table to carve on, I recommend investing into one of these. These will last and they are heavy duty. And for tip number one, this is actually pretty huge and I think you guys will benefit from this because I have, is to experiment with different mediums of wood. And when I say mediums of wood, I'm not necessarily meaning species. I am meaning different pre-shaped designs that you can get. When I say pre-shaped designs, I mean gift boxes like this. I'm sure you saw the video where I carved this, or even right here. I made this with my wood burner. I mean, I bought the box and wood burned it. And so if you sell these or give it to somebody, they're like, oh my gosh, it's a box. I mean, you can do serving boards, light switch covers. I've seen people wood burn and carve light switch covers. I mean, how cool is that? It's a little weird. I mean, I'm a weird guy, so I would do that type of stuff, but it's so cool and creative. And when people see that, they're like, oh my gosh. And that beats sometimes carving a little block of basswood. You see where I'm going with that? And that way you already have something that is pre-shaped that you can use and that people will love. Now for the sponsor of this video, yours truly. If you want to, and it's your thing, check out my project idea guide. I give you guys a ton of ideas. And so I'll show you how to link up different projects together, how to mix designs, and really approach design and art from a different perspective that most people haven't been taught. And I know when I learned this stuff, it blew my mind. It really did. It's simple, but it blew my mind. And so if that's something you're into, check it out below. And if you're not, just go ahead and leave my video right now. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I love you all. But seriously, on another note here, just be encouraged, guys. Go out and take these tips that you've learned in this video and apply them to your life. Some of these required money because tools, well, they require finances. I am working full-time, well, part-time being an artist, full-time doing photography, all kinds of different things that I'm into. And the tips that I shared in this video has helped me tremendously in all forms of my art. So with all that being said, guys, go out there, find that design you want to carve and give it your all. Make those mistakes, learn from them because we're not above any mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. Embrace those things and keep on going. So write in the comment section which tip that you guys enjoyed the most. 1, 2, 3, 4, or did I do 5? I did do 5. I think I did 5. Yes, I did 5. Let me know which, I'm so lost right now, I'm off script. Let me know which tip you guys like most. I will talk to you guys soon.